Welcome to Generation Dragons, episode 77. Steve, how are you?
Clint, I'm doing well, my man. Good to see you. Cheers.
Yeah, you too. Dink dink.
For a change, I'm drinking out of the can, and you're in a glass.
Ooh.
It's usually the other way around.
Yeah, truth. I'm drinking this today, so a little bit of Bush. So I had to put it in a glass.
I don't like the tinny taste, so I
so-
usually don't drink out of a can, but just the way it worked out today.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're here to talk about the Game Awards 2023.
Game Awards, yeah.
Probably-
2023 comes up.
I was going to say you're probably more up to date with this stuff. 7th, isn't it?
I believe the 7th, which is unfortunate. I won't get to watch it. I will be out drinking with work people, but that's okay. I'll keep up to date on the old social medias.
Yeah, and you can watch it later.
So
the highlights.
Yeah, I just want to know. I just want to see what trailers they put out, which is what I'm, most excited for, because I'm hoping they show some sort of Xbox trailers, or maybe Nintendo drop some Switch 2 or Pro Switch or Super Switch or whatever the hell they're going to call it. Maybe
Ultra.
something from PlayStation, because PlayStation hasn't done anything lately, except for announce a remaster of Last of Us Part 2, which is not needed. J-Ray, I'm calling that out. Anywho. So, game of the year. How
do you want to start?
So, Steve, I'm just going to get going and go from there. So, you and I have talked about Game Awards. We're always kind of fans of seeing, we're fans of video games. This year has been a pretty banger year for video games. At the start of the year, there's Fire Emblem Engaged on the Switch. There's Hi-Fi Rush, which was the shadow drop for Xbox. Final Fantasy 16 on PlayStation at one point. Goodness, there's a whole whack of stuff, right? And I'm just talking exclusive games. Star Wars Jedi Survivor also dropped this year. Diablo 4 dropped this year. Starfield.
It's been a busy year.
Games.
I can't keep up with it all.
It's been a busy year.
I pick a few that I really like and dive into it. You forgot Zelda coming out this year.
Zelda.
So,
That's
but yeah,
it,
there's a ton of games. Like, I just don't know what to play half the time. Spider-Man 2, and
So with all the games that came out, the Game Awards had nominated a few. Baldur's Gate 3, which you and I both have yet to touch.
We're more console gamers than PC gamers. Might have hurt some feelings out there, but we're not part of the master race.
No, we're waiting for the
Although
physical.
according to my DNA test I did just recently, I kind of am. But if you go back to that thing, but anyway, I got to show you my results. It's, I guess, what I expected. So I was trying to see if I had anything else, and being from Canada, so many generations, but I'm pretty much as white as paper.
White as paper. I'm part Italian, so neither here nor there. And Greek, but anyways, with my ginger beard. So the Game Awards.
I was going to say, I think we're Scottish than anything. If you're talking about backgrounds,
this is true.
or in Ukrainian.
For me, the biggest. This is true. For me, this year, the Game Awards' biggest upset, I think, was the lack of Xbox. Now, and I say that, and leave that as I'm including Activision games in there because Activision is now owned by Xbox. I get it. Most of the games that were released this year from Activision weren't published by Xbox, including Diablo 4. But just the lack of nomination. Best community, Diablo's not up there. Or Halo
How did
Infinite's
Starfield not get in there? I'm loving the death out of the game. Yes, it's glitchy as hell. But I'm loving the storyline and all the mini stories in it.
I think Starfield would have been nominated Game of the Year if it was a different year. I think 2022 probably would have been nominated.
But was Resident Evil 4 in there for Game of the Year?
Resident Evil 4 is in there for Game of the Year.
Yeah, that's a game that's been out before. It's just a remake. I get it's awesome, but we played it, done that. It just looks really good now and pretty.
Yeah, controls a bit better. It's to me you've got. I forgot one of my favorite games of all times, Metroid Prime, was remastered.
That's another one,
for the Switch.
So why not have that as Game of the Year?
Yeah. I would actually put Metroid Prime on the game of the year list
before
over
R4?
Mario. Well, R4, RE4, and Mario. Yeah, even Mario,
so Mario
Wonder.
Mario's are always good games, but I've only heard people talk about it. I haven't played it yet.
So I played it and finished it already, which is weird to me. Yeah,
there you go. That's news to me.
Good.
I didn't know you played it through.
It's good, but it's not game of the year contender. No, top Switch game, sure, but not game of the year contender. Like, I mean, you got games like Mortal Kombat 1. You had Street Fighter 6. Like those games. Like, where are those games on a lot of these on these lists, right? I mean, Starfield, you're right. Starfield, maybe not game of the year, but I think Starfield could have been nominated for a few more things than it was. I know it's up for best RPG for sure, but it's against Baldur's Gate 3. And if, from what I've been hearing about Baldur's Gate, it's going to get murked by BG3, right? It's going to
just D&D boys seem to think so. Well, they seem to love it anyway.
Yeah. So yeah. And that's I mean, for me, it's like even Forza. Like, Forza is a beautiful game. It's an excellent looking game. Why it was only nominated for sports and racing, from what I've seen. So it's can will it win there? It better win in that one, because it's competing against what was once FIFA 2024 and some other sports games. But yeah.
I'm just looking at the list.
I don't know, Steve.
Best sports and racing. There it is. Who's it up against? EA FC 24, F1 23, Forza, Hot Wheels Unleashed, interesting, and the Crew of Motorfest. So I don't get into racing games anymore. I used to play them to death when I was young, but I don't know. It's kind of like more of the same shit every year with racing games. I like it, but I just don't get excited like I used to. Give me some Burnout again. Let me smash and burn, and then I'll get excited.
That's where you get the Hot Wheels from, man. We don't have the newest one. We have the old Hot Wheels game, and it's actually pretty good. It's pretty cool. It's like it's kind of like playing Toy Commander from the Dreamcast, but then just racing cars.
What's the what category is for TV to movie adaptation kind of thing? What do they call it?
Hold on here. Let's see. We have there's best action and best action or adventure.
Best adaptation.
No, best adaptation. That's it.
It's got to be Twisted Metal.
Time to play.
Give me Twisted Metal. I don't know. Super Mario Brothers is pretty good. Twisted Metal was pretty good. And this is tight. This one's tight. Gran Turismo, hey.
All you do is play video games with some crazy dreams of racing cars.
Did you watch Twisted Metal?
Yeah.
Did you watch?
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. I think
I love Sweet Tooth in it. Just love that character.
Yeah. I think Last of Us will win that category. Mario. will be a tight second, and then Twisted Metal.
I would go probably the other way around.
Yeah,
I've seen all those three. That's fair. I haven't seen Castlevania either.
Little boy Belmont. Your mama took someone from me I loved. I could kill you too. And I will. One day.
And Gran Turismo, I don't think I saw either. So
no, I haven't.
I did want to see that though. I kind of like the idea of the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Steve, I know we said talk about keeping it short and sweet today. I want to get your input. What do you think? Do you think Starfield should have been Game of the Year in the Game of the Year nominations of top 5?
It's too glitchy.
Yeah,
too glitchy. Yeah. I think it should have been nominated, but that's about where I would draw the line there. Just a game that, I have to have 37 saves just to make sure I don't do something that breaks the game and can't go back.
Well, I haven't.
That's pretty bad.
I haven't jumped back into it because I'm 15 hours in and I have a save glitch, right? And I can't.
Yeah. So I'm right at the end of the game, like for the main story, but I'm purposely not finishing. I keep doing side missions and stuff. Just because I'm enjoying a lot of the side missions and things I stumble upon. I love space exploration style games, so the game perfect for me. But it's basically.
What about any of the Star Trek games? Did you play any of the Star Trek games?
Yeah, I play. What was it? Resurgence.
Yeah.
Which is basically a turn-based / flash animation kind of game. It was all right. The storyline was cool, but the game looked like it was made 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's one of those ones.
Yeah. But it was all right. I definitely preferred Jedi Survivor over the Star Trek game. So if we're talking, but my thing is sci-fi in general. So
yeah. I'm actually very surprised that Jedi Survivor did not get nominated for Game of the Year. Again,
it was a damn good game.
For me, of the games that I've played, which I've played all the games. Well, I didn't play RE4, but I played the original RE4 on GameCube. But from what I've been told on RE4, it's good. But again, why it's nominated for Game of the Year, beyond me. I'm not going to fight it. Kids getting paid from Capcom. Jeff Keighley. Anyways, there's
got to be another category because it's got to be in there for something else. Wasn't nominated, eh?
Let's see, Jedi.
I thought it was for Game of the Year.
Yeah, no, Jedi was best performance, and
that's where I saw it. Yeah,
that's Cameron Monaghan, the actor, and then best action RPG. It was nominated for, or best action adventure.
Yeah, best performance.
And that's going to be a tough one for it, right? Jedi Survivor is against Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4. And,
I thought he did a good job, though.
Funny enough, all 4 out of those 5 games are an actual sequel.
Yeah, it's true. That's how they do it these days. It's only sequels. At least they're not changing a whole lot lately. It's like Disney.
Yeah, true. So Steve, I've played most of these games, and I've got an idea of what I think should be Game of the Year for 2023. But what of your games, and it doesn't have to be games that came out this year, of what you've played, what you've dabbled in Game Pass and all that stuff. What's your Game of the Year that you played this year?
It's Jedi Survivor. It really captured me enough that I played through the first game again, and that first game didn't have fast travel, which sucked. They added it to the second one, thank God. But I played through the first one just to refresh myself to play the second one, and I just love that style of gameplay. God, I even love the commercial for it where he's talking to Mark Hamill. They gave you 2?
Hold it. You get 2 lightsabers?
Well, technically 1, but I can split them.
You never gave me 2 lightsabers.
Mark?
Yeah.
What about you? What would you have to pick if got nailed down to 1?
Yeah,
it's hard, I know.
So people, some people are going to have some comments to this, but you know what? I actually, if I look at it and I go overall, gameplay, story, music, art direction, new IP, or not a new IP, I'm going to actually go with Hi-Fi Rush.
Standard. Check this out. Music player in my chest. It's powering up my new robot arm. Whoa. It's making everything sync up with the beat. Let's rock.
That game
Okay,
caught
so
me
why
off
is it
guard.
not nominated for anything?
It's nominated for it's actually nominated for quite a few things, but it's like nominated for sound and design, action adventure, not action adventure, adventure, and it's nominated
Best
for
adventure?
quite a few. Let me see. It's going to come up here. Hi-Fi.
Nope. We've got Zelda, Star Wars, RE4, Spider-Man, and Alan Wake.
Yeah, best action game, best art direction, best score and music, best audio design, innovation,
got a
and
few, then.
accessibility. Yeah,
But not Game of the Year.
not Game of the Year, which is fair, and it's understandable. But for me, it's something new. It came from the guys that did Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead Tango Games. It's completely out of their realm. It's a different IP. I love seeing new IPs that are good and new IPs. The music was great in it. Art style was good. But yeah, I mean, I played Tears of the Kingdom. Like you said, Steve, the game is great. I love the story. I mean, it's blasphemy for me not nominating Tears of the Kingdom as my number one. But
I was going to say something about that, but I'm feeling the same, though, a little bit as you.
I finished it. I finished the game, went through the story. I loved the game. I loved it. But with Hi-Fi Rush, it was something different. It was like Elite Beat Agents mixed with an action adventure game. So that's kind of like, and I loved the Elite Beat Agents on the 3D or on the DS actually. So that's it, man. That's my game of the year. I know, come at me, but
Hi-Fi Rush, it is what it is.
I
have to agree with you with Zelda. It's good, but it's more of the same. It didn't really blow me away. What about? There's a game you brought up to me today, and I know we're trying to wrap it up here, but Dave the Diver.
Meet Dave, an interesting little human with a precarious love for the sea. He spends his days diving the chilling depths of a mysterious blue hole. And when he isn't merely surviving or rummaging resources, he's often found snapping photographs, racing seahorses, farming, and really anything that grabs his attention. It's this gluttonous appetite for adventure that gets him into all kinds of unique situations. Luckily, he's at the top of his game and at the top of the food chain.
Diver for independent. I have not heard of this. It's up for best independent game, along with a few others like Sea of Stars, Viewfinder, Dredge, Cocoon. But you said something that really caught me about how it's really good. It appears like it's going to be really good, and why? Yeah.
So I haven't. I'm going by what people have told me. So Dave the Diver. So there's some controversy behind it being nominated for the top best independent game because the company that developed the game is owned by some monstrous Korean company, multi-billion-dollar. So can't really make it independent because if that's considered independent,
then you could say that about anything Microsoft owns or Sony owns.
Yeah, exactly.
You just have to twist it around a bit.
Yep. It would be based on the art style, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. I don't want to go too deep into the Dave the Diver because I don't know much about it, but it's just much of like it's kind of like a builder. I was half in the bag when somebody was telling me how the game was like, so I can't remember exactly, but it's supposed to be a pretty good game. It's, Stardew Valley style, like building a community, building up and collecting and doing all that kind of stuff. So it's supposed to be a pretty good game. I don't know. Should it be up for best independent? I don't think so. But hey, it is what it is, right? So
I'm going to be interested in checking it out now. Before we wrap up, I'm going to say we probably agree on this one last thing. I predict that Baldur's Gate will be Game of the Year.
100%. Yep. I'm
Yep.
going to put Baldur's Gate 3 will be
Haven't
game
played
of
it
the
yet,
year.
but just from everything I've heard and read and all the media surrounding it and social talk.
So even Baldur's Gate should be nominated for best independent game because Larian Studios is independent. They're not owned by anybody. Sure, it's a AAA game, but
it's definitely not one of the big boys.
Nope, no, it's not being developed by EA, Sony, or Microsoft, Nintendo, right? So, or Capcom, or any of those guys, right? Anyways, it is what it is. But yes, BG3 prediction at this one. BG3 is gonna just clear it all. Yeah,
yep.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a sweep. And I think it seems like last year where it was up in the air about Elden Ring and a few others of what would win. I think this year Baldur's Gate, hands down, is going to be game of the year. I've heard Alan Wake 2 is supposed to be pretty high up there too. I haven't played it yet because it never came out on physical, so I won't be buying it. So unless it comes out on Game Pass. I mean, I loved the first Alan Wake. I love those games, but digital only. I can't pay $90 for a digital copy of a game. Can't do it.
I hear you, man.
Can't do it.
I hear you.
But anyway, Steve.
Let's just say, all right, yeah. Let's wrap her up. So,
everybody, it was
our two picks and that.
Yeah, and then good luck to Baldur's Gate on December 7th. Good luck to all of them. Hopefully, we see some sweet trailers at Game Awards. I'm really hoping so. But you never know.
The best thing to be looking forward to, actually.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I can't wait to see. I'm hoping Microsoft comes out with something sweet. Maybe more Fable. Maybe a Fable game trailer.
Oh my god, I forgot about Fable because I haven't seen anything about it so long. Yeah, man, I want to see some Fable.
I think, yeah, that's it, right? Or maybe, I don't think Nintendo will drop anything, but maybe they will. If Nintendo drops something, what will it be? A Metroid Prime 4, maybe, but for the Switch, Super Switch.
Maybe we'll see Final Fantasy 4000 or 4001, whatever number they're at now.
Kingdom Hearts 15.
Yeah, right.
Goodness. Anyways, everyone, thank you for tuning in and listening or watching us. As we always appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please give us a like on the video and a follow or a subscription. Or if you're new to our podcast, give us a like if that's still a thing, and continue to listen. We have 76 other episodes for you to listen to. If you're new to
we have even more technically.
True.
Our first was a podcast, which was on YouTube, and then we have Jake's Chests, and then you have a few that you put up there on your own.
Truth. So there's a lot of stuff. There's enough stuff.
Content.
If you like to see our mugs on the old screen here, Steve, as always,
keep collecting,
keep gaming,
and keep safe.
Dink, dink.